In the valley where the river Dart flows lived young Billy Gribble, who everyone knows is a boy with a laugh and a twinkle in his eye, who dared play a trick as sweet Mary walked by. His humor was wild as the restless Dart, a boy who loved mischief, a boy full of heart. But Mary was witchy and Mary was wise. She bathed in the river, the dawn her disguise. Some lose their heads for a girl and some lose their hearts, but Billy lost both and then more parts. His hands turned to bristles, coarse as a goat for his brand. Oh, Mary was the price that she wrote.
I met one of your neighbours today.
Oh, yes. Who's your boyfriend?
Get off, you brat!
Jessica, Joshua, stop arguing and help with the dishes.
I don't see why. Don't worry, this happens.
Nobody move.
I'm prepared.
Oh, the Wi-Fi is down.
I hate it here. Can we go back to London?
It's like we're on holiday in Antarctica.
Shh, don't be rude to your grandfather.
I'll tell you a ghost story. After all, it is Halloween. It was a dark and stormy night.
Corny, Grandad.
Okay. It was a night just like this. And there was a power cut.
Woo.
When there was a knock on the door.
If they're inviting us to a party, say yes.
Poor man, come inside quickly and warm up by the fire.
We haven't got a fire.
Radiator, I meant to say.
I's Billy.
Said the stranger, who was guided gently to a warm seat.
Why are you wet? It's not raining.
Said the son, whose name was Joshua.
I was trying to cross the dark down by Laughter Hole, and then I fell in.
I heard ghosts aren't supposed to cross rivers.
Said the mother, nervously.
Wished.
Said Billy, you see, here on the moors, people call them wishes.
I ain't seen you round here, missus.
No, I'm visiting my father-in-law for Halloween. We love it here.
No, we don't. It's boring.
In London, we would never have let a soaking wet stranger into the house.
Shh, Jessica, don't be rude. She's just scared. Would you like some hot chocolate?
Better just at the moment, missus.
He's got no hands.
That's gross.
The family are shocked to see that he has no hands. I was about to tell the story of the hairy hands.
Oswald knows about the hairy hands. What haunts them all and makes innocent drivers kill themselves. But let I tell you the real story of hairy hands.
Billy said. The family all gathered around.
There was a wicked witch called Mary.
Just then, the children were terrified.
Ah.
More terrified.
Ah. I love witchy stories.
Ah, the beautiful newcomer. Well done, Mary. She was all dressed up like a grand 18th century lady. Well, if you can't get dressed up when you're dead, then can you?
Dare you be Billy Gribble? You've been hiding from I, haven't you? Did he call I wicked?
Oh, Mary. Sorry, I didn't mean no harm. Besides, death suits you, Mary Ferris.
And you, Billy Gribble. I like what you've done to the place.
Said Mary, looking around the room.
When Billy lived here, it was a terrible mess.
You lived here. He lived here? Children, did you hear that?
Why didn't you come back, Billy? So I could reverse the spell and put your hands to rights. I was only joking with the hairy stuff.
I didn't know that I were a witch.
Billy whispered. to the family.
Else, I'd never have done what I'd done. I spied on Mary, taking a bath down by the Dart, by Huckabee, private-like, and I thought it'd be a good joke to, hide her clothes.
It ain't May Games, Billy Gribble.
Come get me, Mary.
You'll be sorry.
Oh, you know you're beautiful when you're angry, Mary. Especially when you're angry and naked.
You'll rue the day you laid them hands on my clothes, Billy. By the book of the shadows, I curse you, Billy Gribble. Hoinsey, Nagatsky.
He was always a joker. I thought it'd be good to play a joke on him. Teach the bugger.
Poor man.
I waited and waited for you to come back so I could reverse the spell. I loved you, Billy.
The River Dart is always cold, even in summer. Poor Mary. Awful way to die.
It was the death of me, standing there in a freezing old river waiting for you.
After I saw them hands, I was terrified. I ran, and then I ran.
I would too. Did you cut off your own hands?
Gasped the daughter, her eyes shining in the firelight.
We haven't got a fire, silly.
Lamplight,
You've lost your hands, Billy.
Mary said, noticing Billy's hands for the first time.
After a while, I thought how these hands might be some sort of help, jokery-wise.
That's my Billy all over.
Said Mary, proudly.
I was proud, it's true. He was always up for a laugh, no matter what.
I took myself up to Rothall where old Nathaniel Hawthorne, the tinner, lived in his stone hut. And his window were open, so I pushed my hands through and made a kind of animal sound.
There was terrible bang on the door,
See who it is, Joshua.
said the mother.
No.
Coward.
Said the daughter, getting up and going to the door.
Well, I hope it's not a neighbour. I wonder how folks around here feel about a house full of witches.
Evening, Mary. Evening, Billy.
Said the old man.
We say your hands, Billy?
The decrepit old man said.
That's the old. Me name's Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Yes, they bloody were, they. And I've been looking for 'em ever since.
I'm so sorry, Billy. But you gave us a terrible fright with them airy things coming through the window. And this here spade, I've got a lovely edge on her.
I ran into the night bleeding.
Poor Billy.
And up round Dunnabridge, I was that tired I had to lay down for a sleep. Next thing I know, it's morning, and I gotta find me hands.
Bloody hands.
Nathaniel swore an oath.
Language, there are children.
I threw 'em out into the gorse as far as I could. Heard later about you dying, Billy. They said you had no hands. They were lovely funerals, though. You and Mary buried at Widdicombe, just a week apart.
What happened to the hands?
Well, at this point there came a gentle tapping.
Open that, someone.
The family were speechless as a pair of hairy hands burst into the kitchen.
Me hands!
Said a joyous Billy, holding out his arms.
In the house. They were already inside the house. Creepy.
You've been making a mess of trouble around here.
Mary scolded the hands. These are the very hands that terrorise travellers driving late at night over the moors, appearing suddenly, grabbing the steering wheel and wrestling away from the driver.
According to the legend.
These have caused numerous accidents on the roads. These wicked things. We're waiting.
Mary said sternly to the hands.
Explain yourself.
Well, said the hand,
Hands can't talk.
ghost hands can.
Wish.
Not ghosts.
Bloody grockles.
We're not grockles. We live here on Dartmoor now. Well, my father-in-law does.
Grockles?
What we call the tourists, now that we're locals.
Well,
said the hands,
when them car things started appearing on the moors, we thought how much we would like to drive them.
But you killed people.
They wouldn't let us drive, selfish buggers.
I've got Forza Horizon on my computer. You can come up and play anytime you want. I've got a steering wheel and everything. It's just like real driving.
How do you know? You've never driven a real car.
That would be lovely,
said the hands, breaking up the argument.
Cool. I'll have my very own ghost.
Wished.
I hope you don't hold any grudges, Billy.
I can't hold much of anything since that night.
Billy grinned.
You ain't changed, Billy Gribble.
It was beautiful to see the lovers reunited after so long.
Always a jest. And I still love you. We could have been so happy.
It's never too late,
said Billy, before turning to the mother and saying,
Is me old room still empty? You and me, we could live here with these lovely people.
Nice.
You call that a wish story? Let me tell you about the witch of Vixen Tor.
We don't need any more ghosts turning up at the door. Thank you very much.
Wish.
Nate, if you promise not to tell any more wished stories, you can stay and put that spade to work in our garden.
A house is not a home until it has a few ghosts.
Now Mary roams the moors in her ghostly white, searching for Billy in the cold moonlight. And Billy wanders too, in search of his hands, their love a sad tale that haunts these lands. Some lose their heads for a girl and some lose their hearts, but Billy lost both and then more parts. His hands turned to bristle as coarse as a goat for his prank on Mary.